All right, everybody, welcome. A very, very pleasant Wednesday evening. Welcome to Bayport. Great to see you guys. Just getting set up here for the Virtual USA Flying Club's Destination Syracuse event. You guys are doing well. Thanks for coming in. You are looking at real-time, real weather Bayport Aerodrome here, just to the east of like Kennedy, Newark, LaGuardia, that area. And we're going to be departing here momentarily. Let me show you plan of attack is, you guys. I want to do kind of a two-pronged deal. You can see lots of pretty colors here. That's not necessarily a great thing for us, but what I plan to do is, well, I had two thoughts. One was just straight IFR and just kind of buzz our way up to Syracuse that way. But then I thought, you know what, it's been a while since we've done the transition up through New York. The dogs say hi, by the way. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to depart out of Bayport, and again, got to keep it down there 700 or below until we get past the outer islands, or the inner islands there, outer islands, the islands, I guess. Then I'm going to turn westbound until I get kind of in the Kennedy area. And again, I need to kind of be careful because I don't want to get myself in a bind here. I want to stay outside of this inner ring, and so I want to make sure that get rid of that. I'm well down here. Like I'm gonna really go out of my way to stay away from that Kennedy area, because we're going to be completely just VFR non-flight following today. I don't have really any coverage, and I don't want to do this to the poor New York area here. We need Newark to come online. If Newark comes online, we could actually request the Skyline transition, but since there's nobody online, we're going to just go here VFR non-flight following, just all the way down here at 1,000 feet. So we're going to get to here. So that'll be about a 263-ish heading, 41 miles or so. We're going to make our turn into here, and we'll use the Kennedy VOR just to make sure that we stay, well outside of this 10-mile ring here. That's the main thing. Then we'll proceed into the Hudson River. We'll make our calls along the way. It's been a little while, so it'll be kind of fun to make all these little position calls. We do it on Unicom at 1,000 feet, 140 knots, with every single radio or every single light we have possibly on there. Hey, Nixie, how are you, man? I'm going to do the Hudson River transition. I do the exclusion, and so as opposed to the Skyline route. The Skyline route's kind of fun because it's an actual Bravo transition, and they'll give you an altitude and they hand you off to different controllers along the way. But we just don't have that coverage right now, so we're gonna just do it. We're just gonna buzz through VFR here, and then anyway, when we get to the other side here, north of New York City, here kind of up where the Hudson River starts to skinny up, then we'll start to head back to our northwest bound course. We'll get up to 6,500, and then I'm going to pick up a pop-up IFR into Syracuse. We'll see what they give us here, but we have plenty of time, and no airspaces that we're worried about busting in here. So I'm sure that it'll be busy tonight, and I'm sure it'll be center controller that we're trying to talk to that will give us that pop-up IFR. So we'll have to be patient, but it should work out. And anyway, it's going to be dark also, so we're going to need that pop-up IFR. I don't want to fly in the storms in the dark here with this airplane. Yeah, so thanks for coming along. Let's get to it. Let me get my checklist up here, and we'll get going. I do have the flight plan filed. I've got all the fuel in, static elements removed. We need to set the parking brake. Where are you, parking brake? There you go. And let's get the master batteries on. Okay, I've got dogs down here. Stand by. I've got a big dog down here that shouldn't be down here. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know how that happened. Give me just a second. Scott, how are you, man? I just saw you come in when I had a slight issue. I'll explain what just happened there in a second. But all right, let's see here. Brakes coming on, or sorry, batteries coming on. Strobe. We're gonna go mixture to full rich, and prop lever to full forward. 1001, 1002. And happy Wednesday to you, by the way. Original Godspeed. Great to see you, buddy. Let's go flying in the New York area. What do you say? All right, let's put the keys in. I did get this baby started a little bit ago, so hopefully it's semi-warm. Cranks right up. Oh, no, it's not going to crank up because I'm an idiot. I got to turn the wheel on so that prime didn't do a single thing. 1001, 1002. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and crack the throttle. This should help a little bit. Maybe not. There she goes. I wasn't wanting to start too easily, but we are going, and yep. We're going to shoot the Hudson River transition up through downtown, and we're heading up to Syracuse. All right. Islip is the nearest ATIS, and they are reporting 2988. So we'll get all this stuff going here. 2988. Oh, that's already set. Very cool. Very cool. Can you see the Hudson? Yep. It's X-plane, so it's not. I mean, it's a little underwhelming. I do think there are some cityscape type things that you can get that help, but so prepare to be a little underwhelmed, but it's still kind of fun. I think it's fun anyway. All right, so that looks all good. Avionics boost pump can now come off, and we will. We've got the flight plan entered. We're going to be squawking. Yep, we're squawking at 1200 right now. We'll go ahead and turn that to ALT mode. Our radios are going to be 2280 for now, unless we get Newark Center, or sorry, Newark Tower. If Newark Tower comes on, then we may change our plan here. I got New York Center coming on. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. But altitude set and heading bug. What do I want to do here? I'm going to be departing to the south, right? Probably on about a 190, I think is what the runway is here. Straight out past the islands, and we'll be in business. Let's check our engines and see how we're doing. We're full to the tabs here, so that's set. Enter. And all of our temps looking pretty good at this point in time. Like I said, I did run this. I did a little practice flight to just make sure everything was working correctly, and so the engine is fairly warm and should be responding nicely. But okay, cool. I think we are ready to go. Flight plan, enter transponder, set mode C, altimeter set, heading set, altitude, radio. And we'll go ahead and cut the brakes here. We're kind of in a little bit of a weird spot that takes us a little horsepower to get out of. In X-plane, when you're not on a runway, when you're on a grass strip, it's sort of a little bit of a challenge. Do some testing. Brakes are working. And before I forget anything, let's turn on. Let's turn on the Good Fixin's go-around cam here. Where are we at? There we go. Hi, guys. Out we go. We will be departing south, and we're pretty heavy, so I'm going to take as much runway as I'm able to. Runway's just right out there. I'm going to back up here all the way to the hedge if I can. Bayport traffic, Sirius 11816 is departing runway 19er. We'll be straight out VFR southbound Bayport. Put a notch of flaps in here, flaps 1/2. I'm not going to do the run up since I just did it when I was flying earlier. Everything is working fantastically well. There we go. We're on the runway, I believe. And let's get it lined up. There we go. And check the for takeoff checklist here. Caps handle is removed and verified. Air conditioner. Yeah, we know we'll probably put a little bit of AC on here, just low, kind of. Actually, it's probably warm out here, so we'll put a little AC on. We'll switch the fuel to the other tank here. Everything is running. Mixture is as required. Fuel pump can go back to boost. Transponders on the ALT. Power lever. We're looking for. I'm sorry, the flaps are set 50%, and nav. Landing. Lights. Pitot heat coming on. And need to figure out how to put the flight strip in a text file or something up for your stream. Oh yeah, there's some people that have some pretty cool overlays with their streams that can do a lot of cool stuff. I think flights what is it, Toolkit Pro, Sim Toolkit Pro helps you out with that as well. Okay, we're going to be looking for 73, and again, just climbing straight out to 500 feet. Takeoff power set, and we're rolling. Airspeed's alive. Looking for 70 to 73 for our rotation. We're taking the left-hand runway. I don't have any idea if that's the active runway. There's a V1 and VR. And away we go. A little bit of a kind of a crosswind there. But we're going. Yeah, we're going. Very cool, very cool. Even got a little train going there. All right, flaps coming up. And again, we want to make sure that we are 500 or less. I'm going to pull the power back to 2500. We have to be 140 knots is all when we enter the Hudson River VFR transition. So no sense in getting into a big hurry at this point in time. Which one do I prefer most? I don't have a lot of mesh, I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty much about 95%, maybe even more ortho. But I do have a few things from a few of those V states. I haven't tried any of the Fork Boy stuff. I hear that's good, but I'm kind of just an ortho scenery guy, and I like being able to control the elevation and things like that. All right, let's do this. We're gonna go heading mode. We're gonna go altitude, hold mode, and turn the autopilot on. Ooh, I was turning there a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. All right, there we go. We're gonna just fly straight out, and I'm gonna use the autopilot just because I can't afford to climb too high and bust a Bravo and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be relying a lot on my autopilot here as we get out of here. Once we get past these islands, we can climb up to 1,000 feet. And we don't have to be in any kind of a hurry for any of this, you guys. It's we can take our time and just enjoy the views. This is a very, very beautiful part of the world, and could be a lot of fun to fly here in real life, I think. Let's go vertical speed mode, and let's just climb at about 500 feet a minute, getting ourselves up and away. And again, I want to be well, and I mean well, clear of the Bravo, so I'm not in any hurry to turn just yet. You know what I could do? Let's tune in Kennedy on 15.9er. Steve, I have not. I'll be honest with you, I've kind of gotten a little bit lazy, and I like being able to, I like being untethered. So if it's not a helicopter flight, or actually this would have been a good one, Steve, a VFR looking around type flight, this would have been a good one. But if I'm doing, mainly IFR stuff, I've kind of left it off. I think it's causing some performance issues in Fussy Pants, and so that's also part of why I'm leaving it off. It hasn't been an issue really in X-Plane yet, but by the way, welcome, Steve. Where are my manners? Hello, welcome, Steve PHL. Skull to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. The family's well. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, man. All right, so I don't have anything in the flight plan per se, but what I want to do is this. I want to put in the nav here. I want to put in Kennedy 15.9. Let me see if I can get this to work here. Make that the active. And then with any luck, that'll give me, oh, maybe I have to do this. I don't know a lot of the insider tricks of the trade. Okay, that gives me a distance. That gives me a DME. I think there's a way to do that with just using the probably has everything to do with this. But we'll just use this. We're not really using the GPS at this point, but here in a little bit we might be when we try to get our pop-up IFR. Let's go back to the engine management page, and but the biggest thing for us is we need to stay outside of that 10-mile ring. 10-mile ring, we have to either be below 500 or we have to be above 7,000. And I'd like to just stay at 1,000, and I'll have to speed or slow myself down to 140 again. But no, I've enjoyed the heck out of it. Actually, Steve, it feels like it takes me, when I fly with it, it takes me a couple of streams or a couple of flights to sort of get used to not having it. I find myself, like especially when I'm doing pattern work, really looking around, taxiing. But tonight was just merely a matter of me being a little bit rushed, and the stream is an hour early, and I just forgot. I honestly forgot, and I don't think I could set it up at this point in time. I guess we could try. It wouldn't hurt anything to try. A lot of times, if I get it going after the stream starts, it doesn't work. Ooh, let's see. We might be okay, guys. We may be okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hang on. Stand by for a second. Let me put it on my my headphone here. Somehow I just turned my sound way down. What did I do here? Oh, I got it. Hold on. I'm backwards on my headphones. That's pretty much how all the pros do it right there. All right, let's see if she wants to work for me here. First things first, let's get it calibrated right there, and then let's do tracky. Oh, all right, very nice. Good call, Steve. Thanks for reminding me, buddy. Grumpy Gordo, how are you, man? Cheers, buddy. All right, we're doing well. We are heading kind of to the southwest a little bit here. We're heading towards the, you can kind of see Long Island over here. We're going to be turning here soon to make our way up the Hudson River, and again we're doing a transition. My my dog says hello, by the way. Oh, hey, hold on. We do have Newark Tower. Oh man, this could get kind of fun. So we have the option now to check in with Newark Tower and request this VFR transition, the Skyline transition. Now the Skyline transition, they hand you off to a lot of different controllers, and it's kind of fun. Again, my dogs, they say hi. They actually say, tell your folks they says hi. Yeah, northbound Skyline transition Newark 127. See, this is a little different here. Oh, you know what? That may not be Tower. Yeah, Tower 127.85. So Tower. This might be a big ask for these guys. Before we do this, let's take a look. We have to be kind of cognizant of there's us. What's going on here? And if Newark has like a bunch of people, well, it's not that busy. I think we're going to do it. We have to be checked in before we get to Governor's Island here. So I think we're going to do it. Request the Skyline transition northbound. You know what? Your call. We could go Skyline transition northbound where we're talking to people. It's kind of a flight following deal. Or we could do the Hudson River exclusion where we're just down nice and low and we're just talking on Unicom. and just reporting our positions. Anybody have a preference? New York got really busy really fast. Whoever responds first is what we'll do. Skyline or exclusion. There you go. There's your two choices. I'm not setting up a poll. First come, first serve. I haven't done either of them for quite a while, so I'm equally rusty at both. Skyline. Nixie says, okay, very good. So I'm going to tune in and watch. He'll probably just say, I'm sorry, unable. And we'll have to just do the exclusion anyway. But that's okay. If that happens, it happens. All right. Tower on 1830. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can hear anybody. First of all. All right, I'm going to turn off the Good Fix and Go Around cam. And all right, we're gonna check it out here. We're getting close. Sun makes it kind of tough, I'll be honest with you, but I think we're well outside. Yeah, we're 15 miles, so we've stayed outside that Bravo shelf. We've done a good job of that. Good 5 miles outside. Newark Tower, November 11816.
November 11816, Newark Tower, hello.
Yes, sir. We're a Syracuse at 1,000 feet, nearing Governor's Island. We'd like to request the Skyline transition northbound.
November 11816, Newark Tower, squawk 0301.
0301, November 11816. Sweet. This will be kind of fun.
For 11816, you're still a bit far out, so call me in about 10, even 20 nautical miles. Once you're approaching the Verrazano Bridge.
Roger, we'll give you a call in just a little bit, November 11816.
You can stay squawking 0301.
All right, we'll keep the squawk 816. All right, well, that was interesting because it does say in the rules here you're supposed to get clearance prior to Governor's Island. So maybe I'm just misreading where I'm at here exactly, but all right, I'd like to start to cut the corner a little bit, but we're still, yeah, we only have about a 3.8 mile, now 3.7 mile buffer here, so we're going to keep it out as far as we can. And how about that view, you guys? Amazing, huh? Can I do this? Well, that's working like a champ. Ooh, wait a second. All right, hold on here. Hold up. What the kind of an operation is this here? I just want this to go down. Apparently it does not go down. Okay, never mind. Is that seriously how that works? Slides out. I'm missing something there, obviously. Okay, maybe it's more meant for the side view. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, down. Now what if we go here? Can we go here? No, we can't. What about me? All right, that's a mess. We're not going to worry about it. 12.8. Yeah, man, we're probably closer to Kennedy than they'd like us to be, but we're down nice and low. There's a possibility we might see some heavies. Which way are they landing? Now they're landing. Well, they're departing south, so they're landing and departing our direction. So we'll kind of keep our eyes peeled over here. You take a look there, sunglasses, and let me know if there's any big jumbos coming our way. By the way, we've got all seats full today. Taking our buddies with us, and happy you can come along as well. Eclosion. Oh yeah. Oh, Godspeed was voting. Exclusion was just a little too late there, Scott. Sorry, man. You need better internet. I thought maybe you were pointing out that I was saying it wrong, which is possible. So if you're just joining, welcome. Once again, happy Wednesday. This is the Virtual USA Flying Club's Destination Syracuse event. I'm actually the host of the event. It's a fly-in event, so I am the one who is. Well, I was in charge of setting it up. I'm starting to gain some distance away from that VUR, so I'm going to turn to the northwest a little bit here. Probably let's go 280. Let's see what that does for us. So anyway, it's a fly-in, and we've got guys flying from all over the place, and our goal is to land in Syracuse between the hours of 7 and 10 p.m. Eastern time. And so, like, we departed from Bayport, obviously, but I know JPC, our founder, he is flying the Honda jet, and I think he departed out of LaGuardia or maybe even Kennedy. He's heading up there, and we've got guys coming from all over the place. Should be a lot of fun, and just one of many events that we host here, so happy to represent. I also got my Sheed shirt on here because I'm thinking we'll probably talk to him. But the first part of this is the transition up the Hudson, which I'm pumped. I'm excited about. We're gonna fly by Governor's Island. We're gonna. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna see the Statue of Liberty. I don't think it's modeled, not rendered in default, or well, not default, but it's not rendered in ortho. So anyway, it's gonna be, like I say, bring your expectations down a little bit. It's not Flight MSFS. It's not Microsoft Flight Sim. But it still does look pretty cool. I think this is Governor's Island right here. And, but like I say, it's been a minute since I've done this. And I think the last time I did it, I actually did it southbound. So perhaps we will be surprised. 12.4, 12. Wait, what am I? 12.9. I could probably go a little bit more here. It'll be time to check back in again. He told us to check in before the bridge here, so we as soon as we get the bridge in sight, you can kind of see one of the trestles right there.
Newark Tower, did my flight plan that you read have a top altitude of flight level 17?
13 mile. All right, so we're good. We can really cut the corner now.
Yep.
Start heading about 320.
It's going to be locked in. So, what's your new flight level that you'd like?
And here we go, you guys. I need to type faster, Scott. You and me both. My old typing teacher told me back in the day, he's like, you can either be fast or accurate. And you aren't fast. So I worked on trying to be accurate, I guess. When I think about high school, I'm not sure I can find a class much more that was more impactful in my life than my typing class, which is keyboarding now. Isn't that something? All right, let's see how it's looking here, guys.
Then Victor Tree to Wounds, Whiskey Oscar November Sierra, then direct destination.
Yeah, we'll try to keep our eyes peeled, but I'm not. I think the last time I flew by here, and I'm not 100% sure where the Statue of Liberty is. It seems like the last time I flew here, I was not able to see. Not able to see the statue. That's kind of pretty.
So pretty much what happened is once your altitude is at 17,000, there's a different route for that. So that's what I gave you. And then once you refiled, since I already amended it, it was locked in.
Okay.
And then it is Alpha's turn.
Boutique 22 has it is Alpha.
Now that I'm looking at this for the Skyline route, I am seeing obtain clearance prior to the Verrazano Bridge. All right, very good. Well, anyway, this will be good, and we managed to stay clear of the big heavies coming out of Kennedy, so that's good. That guy seems happy. So what else? What else can you ask for? There's the Verrazano Bridge. And Newark Tower, Sirius 11816. We have the Verrazano Bridge in sight. Just checking back in.
There's 11816. Thanks for calling back. Ident, please.
Ident coming 11816. Okay, there we go. Guess I could have did that. I don't know if that one always works, so I always go to X-Pilot. Just do the pilot client.
Another 1547 information Alpha 5 for Boston.
All right.
1547 clearance on coast.
Slow it down. Remember,
11816 radar contact mountain 11 miles southeast of the field. You're cleared to the class Bravo via the Skyline route northbound.
Cleared via the Skyline route northbound, November 11816. Alright, so we're just going to stay right here.
1547 after clearance advisory.
We need to be between 1,000 and 1,300 and right at 140 miles an hour, and they want every last bit of light on that we possibly have. So there we go. Our speed looks good. Altitude's good. Here we go. Let's enjoy, you guys. This would be a good spot to do a little gawking here with the track IR. So we have X Aviation in addition to Ortho. So it's there we go. That looks a little bit better. So here's the bridge. Looks pretty nice. I like the highway signs that X America puts on that. And we do need to stay on the east side of the river here as we fly up. We'll do this here. Take this off. Now, if I was flying the exclusion, I would be looking for some waypoints along the way, and I'd be making a report. So the first report we would have made would have been at that Verrazano Bridge, and you would make a call, something similar like Hudson River traffic. Sirius 11816 is northbound Hudson River transition at 1,000 feet crossing Verrazano Bridge. And I mean, you just have to position report, give your altitude, all that good stuff. Grumpy Gordo, this is the Torque Sim SR22. It's just a magnificent plane. It's updated, or will be updated for X-Plane 12. It just received actually an update. I need to go download it. I actually don't have the latest one, but hey, there we go. There's the skyline. There's the skyline. We better grab a picture of that, right? I think. Oh, let's let everything come into play here. Rectangle. Let's get a little shot of that. Okay. Jump back in the cockpit here just to make sure we're not going too close, and don't want to go right over the top of the buildings here. I might need to hand fly a little bit, guys. I wanted to use auto as much as I could, just so I could also visit with you, but I don't want to mess up, and obviously the implications, right? We're not trying to do that. We're not trying to be that guy. A little quick here, but yeah, that's beautiful. And I don't know how much of that is X America and how much of that is Ortho. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, there's Lady Liberty. It actually looks pretty good. Holy cow. And we're gonna do this real fast. Not too far away. I'm too far. Well, I'll get out here as far as I can. I take back everything I said about this. This looks pretty nice.
11816, contact LaGuardia Tower 118.7, have a great flight.
118.7, Sirius 816. Alright, 1870. I wish I was paying better attention to that, you guys. I'm so sorry I missed that. That tower, hello, Sirius 11816, northbound skyline transition 1,000 feet.
Sirius 11816, LaGuardia Tower low, guard altimeter 2985.
2985, Sirius 816. Alright, 2985. Beautiful. Okay, the next place we would want to report, doing a pretty good job of staying, I think, up this west side here, is the Intrepid. So that's
Turret wing 723, fly to Nathan's 5, departure wind 19011.
coming up here. There's Central Park right in there. That's kind of cool. That looks pretty nice though, right? I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. X-America has helped. When I remember flying this last time without the X-American, I was a little bit underwhelmed, but this looks pretty good. Look at the roadways there. That's nice. And the little harbor there, very cool. Now, does it have the Intrepid? I don't know. I don't know. Coming up on another bridge here. That's all I know. So we gotta. I'm trying to pay attention to where we're at here. I'm not doing a very good job. Skyline transition. This is, yeah, I think we just went past the Intrepid because we went past the Empire State Building, so we should have. Yeah, the World Trade Center, and the Intrepid is back there. I think we passed over it. All right. So the next one we need is the George Washington Bridge. We would be reporting the GWB, which this is that. All right, so we're doing good, you guys. I don't normally do the outside view, but I like this. This is cool. Hey, Flying with Mike is here. How are you doing, Mike? Great to see you, sir. We're Skyline transition here through New York, on our way to Syracuse, and once we get past this, we're going to be trying to grab a pop-up IFR up to Syracuse. So, thank you so much for coming by. You know what we have not done yet is we haven't leaned anything out. We're just kind of running full rich at this point in time. Yeah, not bad. I'm happy with it. I really am. I think X-America has really added a little something here to this this neat little city. Yep, this is the George Washington. So again, we'd make that same contact, that same call, and then let's see, what would our next one be? I think that might be our last. Might be our last check-in. That's
Blue 1826, Roger. Welcome to LaGuardia Taxi Parking by Charlie Yankee.
Yeah, that might be our last one. We do have one more. Nope, that's it. That's our last check-in, our mandatory reporting point. So it's just that easy, you guys. If you're ever freaked out about trying to fly this transition, man, it's just that easy. Get your contact with the tower early, and you know, do your thing. Hey, JPC's coming in. Welcome, Raiders. Mike, welcome. Mike is the CEO of the Virtual USA Flying Club, which is the host of the event tonight. And he flew the Honda jet, I think, from Kennedy up to Syracuse. And Mike, I ended up going with the Skyline transition because Newark Tower came online. And so we've been having an absolute blast. And X-America, I tell you what, X-America has added a little something to this. I'm sure there's all kinds of landmarks over here that people from this area.
No further ETCs available We'll squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Squawk and VFR and frequency change approved. Appreciate you helping me out. Have a great night, November 11816.
Yeah.
I think we caught them before they got too busy, which was nice. And anyway, just a really pleasant little flight through this area, as you know. I'm drifting over into the houses here, which I shouldn't be. That's a no-no. But all right. So let's. We're not supposed to be over the. We're supposed to be over the river here, guys. That's a no-no. But once we get clear of this last bridge here, we will climb up to 6,500, and then we will make a. Oh, you came out of Lunkin. Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll climb up to 6,500, which is the VFR altitude that we filed. We will track direct Syracuse, and then we will make our attempt to contact. It'll probably be Boston Center to pick up a pop-up IFR. There we go. Syracuse is in, and yeah, that'll be what we do. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. Well, I hope your flight went very well, and I'm happy that you were able to fly with us. I know how busy you've been, and really appreciate that. And again, if you guys, I think most of the people on my stream right now probably know about the Virtual USA Flying Club, but if you don't, you'll see a link coming around here in just a little bit. Please feel free to click on it and check us out. We're a general aviation VATSIM club, and I think we do a fantastic job of organizing several events each month, like this one, where we've actually teamed up with the Boston guys to provide you with some really cool opportunities to fly in some pretty neat places. Edmund, what's going on, Edmund? Great to see you. Skull. Tell you what, I might need to take a little mid flight break out of the cockpit here. I've had myself a fair amount of Diet Dr. Pepper, not sponsored. It's starting to kick in a little bit here. Where am I at in terms of ATC? Yeah, I do have New York Center here, so I suppose a guy could climb up and request clearance from him, but I think I'd rather talk to Sheet. So there's what's going on. It's called the regional circuit, and it's featuring Syracuse and Boston tonight. And the goal of a regional circuit is to fly a round trip. And so we obviously are not, but we're going to provide some general aviation. Hey, there's Nixie coming in. He's flying in from BHM Birmingham. Is that right? Birmingham? What other green aircraft do I have? Here is Smitty. He's in the King Air 350. And there's Casual. He's heading away. I know we have Slant Alpha 514 Delta Victor should be flying out of here too. He's streaming his flight from Chicago to Syracuse and back. So anyway, yeah, some fun stuff. So guys, check us out. We'd love to add you to the roster and get to know you. All right. I really want to get a little further out before we start to climb. I want to get to kind of where it narrows a little bit here. We're past kind of the second to last bridge here, and we're heading. This is Rockefeller State Park Preserve over here. We're going up towards the Buchanan Peekskill area, and at that point in time, we should be for the most part clear. There's one more. If you were heading southbound, there's an Alpine Tower on this side that's a mandatory reporting point. That if you go to my Discord channel, you'll see you'll see Steve PHL posted in my freeware repository channel. There's a nicely done rendering of that now for Microsoft Flight Sim. Oddly enough, it was not a part of the default scenery. So somebody's went in and made their version of it. So that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna spin this up. We're just about ready to climb, and we need to be. I'm looking here. We're 30 miles out, so we are actually outside of. We're outside of that Bravo ring, so we could climb now. We'd be cleared to climb out. Yep, you'd be cleared to climb out. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go back to indicated airspeed mode. And we're just going to add a little bit of throttle here and just start our climb. And I think I'm just going to be a little bit of a lazy pilot here. We're going to go direct to Syracuse. Enter. We're going to go nav mode. And we're going to grab that magenta line, and we're just going to enjoy flying up in a really, really neat part of the country here, right at sunset. When I get up to cruise, I think I'm going to take just a short little trip back to the old lav, and then we'll work on getting a hold of Boston Center on... Oh, there's a couple Boston Centers.
Susie!
Hey, Kevin, what's going on, my friend? Looks like I'm on final. Or, nope, I'm not on final. I'm just climbing out. We shot the Skyline transition northbound up past Manhattan. We're climbing out of that and now making our way up to Syracuse. So nice to see you, buddy. There's 2,500. We're not going to be in a hurry today. We're going to save fuel and just take our time. This is definitely not a long flight. We're just going to kind of enjoy it. And yeah, in fact, let's do this. My X-Plane has a fair amount of ortho scenery that has been added. I would say, Scott, if there's two things that'll help you out that are freeware, one of them is ortho for XP, which you probably already have, but the other is X America. Both are free. They require nothing more than hard drive space. And then the third thing, if you want to spend a little bit of money, I have enhanced skyscapes. It's $15. It adds like all of this haze in here, all the clouds that you're going to see tonight, all the evening colors. It really, well, it does what the name suggests. It enhances it. So that's a payware add-on. I understand X Enviro is like that as well, but yeah. Oh, you have that already, the skyscapes. Okay. Yeah, man. So just take a look at your ortho and get that X America installed. That helps as well. I think I may have a tree mod also. That's possible. But Grumpy Gordo, yeah, I think you speak for most people in X-Plane. I think that we would love that if our default world looked like Microsoft Flight Sim, that would be awesome. But I think Austin and the boys are going to leave that up to us. I think he's gonna make us continue to do things like create our own ortho scenery and things like that. They'll help a little bit. I think they're working on trees and they're working on weather and stuff like that. Yeah, Scott, X America. I don't know if anybody has a link, but if you could share, there's I think it's a Sim Haven or something like that. they've got ex-America, they've got a couple like ex-Europe, and basically what it does is it uses the same rendering model, the same rendering code that Microsoft Flight Sim uses to build the things like the buildings and the roadways and bridges and all that stuff. That, oh geez. So that's really helped. I think it really helped the look and feel of X-Plane. But that's all enhanced skyscapes right there. Those yellow hues and the sort of the haze on the ground. I mean, default X-Plane, everything looked like haze, right? Everything looked like every part of the world looked like there was a forest fire nearby. But this is like appropriate ground haze, and it's like layered and increases in the distance, and you know, it's cool. I love it. I love it. You don't mind paying for the extra, but just installing the stuff. Yeah. Did you have, Gordo? Did you ever get the? Did you ever get your shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Crap. Oh, I'm drawing a big blank right now. X Organizer. Did you ever get that installed? That really, really will. I promise you, once you get that in, you're in business. Haven't got that in just yet. Okay. Well, we need to try to. We need to set up a time, Gordo, and maybe you and me and somebody else who knows what's going on. We can walk you through the process. Because again, once you get that set up, it really is like just a couple clicks, and man, it puts everything in the right order. It finds if you've got some bad scenery links, it finds those things for you. It lets you turn on and off the stuff that you maybe want to use and don't want to use, so it saves your loading time. I mean, it's very nice. So Scott, I think for me to do one tile, so, and let me give you an idea of what that looks like. So here we are in New York City. Maybe this is not the best place to look. It's got a lot of. All right, I don't know how well you can see, but you can see these little. If you go to SkyVector, you can see these little grid marked. They look like football field sidelines, but if you look closely, you'll see that they're rectangular. So, like here's one. You can see it down here. So like these guys right here. These are tiles. Four of these make up one tile, and so like for example, where I was flying from here. The corner of the tile is the right hand corner is here. You'd go up to about here, you'd come over to about here and down. That would be one tile. So it would encompass, you know, Bayport and Fraggle Rock and you know, JFK. It would have this much, kind of half of Long Island basically. That will take you about probably 15 minutes to do, maybe a little less because there's a lot of water, but I think safe estimate is about 15 minutes per tile. So this is a lot of stuff, Scott, that you do, like you set up 6 tiles to do on your way to bed, and you just let it, you know, 6 to 10 tiles a night, and you just little at a time, you just build up tiles. But I do think it depends a little bit on your download speed. It depends on your, you know, it depends on the hardware that you're running and all that good stuff too. So all right, well, not quite to 6,500, but I'm going to just do this. I think we're clear of trouble, and I think this is a good time for me just to take a quick little bathroom break. So I'll be right back, guys. right. I think it's time to... Again, it's time to adjust my ball cap here because I feel like I can't see anything. There we go. Let's see if we can reach out to Boston. Yeah, so I would say 10 to 15 minutes per tile is probably a good estimate for you, Scott. So just be selective, you know, and just start with, just start with a few of those that, like in the area that you're flying, maybe you need like 4 around one airport and 4 around another or something like that. That's kind of how I started. Or take a state, do one state at a time, or a half a state at a time, depending on how big it is. All right, I'm gonna start with 2375. I don't know. There's 2 centers. I think one of them is going to be controlling the lower sector, and one's going to be controlling the higher sector.
Climb and maintain 16,000.
So 2375 and then 33.
49 descend via the J Fund to arrival runway 4 right,
3345.
2988. We'll descend via the J Fund arrival for 4 right. 374, change of plans, maintain 300 knots or greater for spacing.
Dude, this is Sheed. He's
584 direct pawn set.
He's controlling probably Boston area. He may be way too busy.
Boston Center, November 221, Tango Bravo, climbing through 12,000 for 14.
I might holler at this other guy first and see here.
2324, call you back.
There you go, Steve. Thank you. Thank you.
Boston approach 118.25.
I gotta figure out where we're at here first before I do anything. We are south of Kingston VOR. Actually, I would say we're probably...
2314, are you able to taxi Charlie there? Affirmative, we can make Charlie for Legion 2324. 2324, thanks for runway 34, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 23.
Wilkes-Barre.
2014 cross the
Might be tough to get a hold of anybody today.
11,250 knots. Velocity altimeter 2988.
Man, this really looks nice, guys. Holy cow.
11,250 knots.
Really looks nice. Boston Center, November 11816.
November 11816, Boston.
Yes, sir. We are a Sirius SR22 5500 just to the west of Kingston VOR. Would like to request a pop-up IFR to Syracuse. Didn't know if you were my contact. He's rolling his eyes right now like, really, dude? Really? I forgot to tell him we're slant golf.
1816, it's going to be 123.75.
All right, 2375. Appreciate that. Have a good night. Oh boy, this is going to be...
Good night. 330 for United 47 TM. It's 1143 to set a maintain.
This may be impossible.
190 UPS 1140.
Boston Center, November 11816.
11816 Boston.
Yes, sir. Just to the west of Kingston at 6,000 feet. We're a Sirius SR22 slant golf. Like to pick up pop-up IFR to Syracuse if you have a chance.
1816 squawk 4745.
4745 11816. Wow, he's going to do it.
Com 1191 contact. Syracuse
4745.
17.42 to Com 1191 soon.
That guy is amazing. I'm telling you what, he's flat amazing.
1816 radar contact clear to the Syracuse airport to be direct maintain 6000.
Direct to maintain 6,000, 11816. All right, that'll work. It was that easy. That's why he's able to do it, because it's just going to make it easy. So that's what we're, basically, that's what we're doing. And I will just set that to 6,000.
1143, sorry to do this.
You can't hear me now? Are you talking about over the sim, Gordo?
250
Yeah, Steve, I don't know. I think the key, Steve, is to bother the controller that's super busy. All right, very good. So, welcome to welcome to Top of Cruise almost. We'll go ahead and lean out. As you can see, we're running. What are we? Oh my gosh, we're super. Yeah, well, actually, hold on here. Yeah, we're way rich of peak right now. Let's get leveled out here first. 22 gallons per hour. Holy cow! What am I made of money? Goodness, all that avgas. Oh Lord. Actually, Steve, I direct messaged him and told him that I knew you. He's like, oh, well, very direct. Alright, let's lean out here, guys. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just working my mixture to try to get these temps to come up. I notice my fuel flow is going down here, and I'd like to see if I can get myself down to around 15 gallons per hour. That's a little bit more efficient. We're going to keep it at 2,500 RPM. Again, we're going for total fuel efficiency today. Yep, pulling strings. I got no problem mentioning names, man.
Number 5104 for space in Boston, maintain Mach 0.74. And for space in Syracuse, maintain Mach 0.74 and number 5104.
Okay, almost up to peak here. Almost. Right about there, I think, is where we're at, guys. It'll start to drop here. Yep, right there. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go 50 degrees rich of peak. So I'm just putting putting mixture back in, increasing my fuel flow until this guy says 50. Oh, there's 15 gallons. I'm not going to quite get my 15 gallons an hour, am I? Little by little here, little by little. 30, 35, 40, that might be right at it. 16.0, 15.9, that's pretty close. Alright, so 16 gallons an hour, and despite a little 10 knot headwind, I'm doing $161 true, and I'm speeding up here. I expect to be close to 170 by the time it's all said and done. Alright, I'll take that. Heck yeah. So, I mentioned that there are several different people who are flying tonight, and I know JPC was streaming for a little while, but if you haven't already, you ought to pull up Slant Alpha's his stream. He is doing the same thing. He's not actually part of this event per se, but he's going to be flying into the Syracuse area, and actually I don't see anybody else streaming it. There are some other club members that are online right now, but they're doing different things. So oh, you know who else is flying in this area right now is 757 Spy. How cool. Man, I tell you what, we had something really amazing last night, and I don't normally gush over people that come in and follow but we had somebody come in last night that was really I was really pumped and honored. I don't know if you guys are following the Fly Lilio guy. And it might be Leo. He's an Italian streamer. Really amazing stream. He's a quadriplegic, and he with a partner, with a buddy, they stream and they fly He flies everything. He flew something. He flew a 737 on Pilot Edge the other night. But anyway, they stopped by and it was awesome. I mean, it was 4:30 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning, something crazy like that. And it took a second to come in and say hi and follow the channel. That was really, really cool. Grumpy Gordy, you follow me out. Pretty doggone neat setup. Totally unique stream. You won't see anything else like it in Flight Sim. Ooh, what do we have here? Orbic MedFizz. Scott, what are you sharing with me here, my friend? The Orbiter Space Flight Simulator. Interesting. That's an area that I have not messed with at all. But I do see some people spending some time in those, and they're kind of cool. I'll keep that tab open. I'll check that out. Oh, is that the one he does? He's the guy that I see doing it from time to time. Oh crap! I hope
5104, maintain 250 knots for spacing.
I need to pay attention. I don't want to miss radio call. All right, we better do this also.
1000 Syracuse altimeter 2994. 1000 Jetty 413, maintain 250.
I do have a Syracuse ATIS. I'm gonna pull up the text ATIS here.
6104, maintain 250 knots.
Take a couple of notes. It looks like we have information. Echo altimeter is 2994. Currently 2403. 10 statute miles, scattered at 7, broken at 10, overcast at 18. Okay, cool. So the weather hasn't quite got there just yet. They're using runway 28 as their approach and departure.
Once again, UPS line 43 Boston, approach 133.0, please. 133.0,
there's no approach. Sorry, there's no arrival, but there is an approach. We'll probably dial in here. That's yeah, like the ILS 28. That sounds good. And what will we want here, guys? Yep, Stoda. That'd be a good one.
What's your best forward speed tonight?
1099, 280, elevation's 420. We need to be between 6 and 2,700. We'll get some help with that. Missed approach is right turn climbing to 3,000 to the Syracuse for tack and hold. Okay, that looks doable.
88 contact, Syracuse approach 127.42. Have a good night. Syracuse approach 127.42. Sorry about the speed, Jetty. No worries. Clear 1735, level 360.
Winds are 400 up here.
Resume hover speeds at autumn.
Okay. There's Joe.
519, we're back.
And then, is that the right
374 Boston approach 133.0.
ISYR? That is India Sierra. Yep, that looks good.
Sorry, Army 35 contact Boston
Load
approach
that.
133.0. Good night. 33, great job today. American 6104 descend to maintain.
We got a ways yet.
Syracuse altimeter 2994.
Got a ways yet.
1,2994 American 6104.
Boston Delta 1402 heavy with the passing through 10,000 from 14,000.
1402 Boston, good evening. Climb and maintain final with 380.
380 for Delta 1402 heavy.
Number 5104 descend to maintain flight level 190.
89 miles. Okay.
To maintain flight level 190, number 5104.
And if you've never flown up here, by the way, this is mountainous terrain. This is not flatlands, so we've got to be careful. you pick up some clouds, you pick up some low haze or something, a little bit of rain. You really have to pay attention to what's going on.
Hurricane 6104, contact Syracuse approach 127.42. Good night. Nice on 42. Good night, American 6104. 35519, descend via the J Fund 2 arrival, runway 4 right, Boston altimeter
Pretty
2988.
balanced, honestly. Let's go back over to this one here. Trying to get a little bit low on my lighting situation
Thank you, as you
here.
descend, do not exceed 280
If
knots.
that's all turned up as far as it can go, I think we'll be okay.
Hey, Foxtrot Tango Papa Golf, descend via the J Fund 2 arrival, runway 4 right, Boston altimeter 2988.
The only question I have, Scott, with that space sim is where the heck would I put it? I've got so much ortho. I need another external hard drive.
5104, turn right heading 300. It's a quick vector for spacing. Number 5104 heading 310, vectors for spacing.
Beautiful up here.
5104 heading 310, vectors for spacing.
Heading 310, vectors for spacing, number 5104.
Q American 49, Boston approach 133.0, good night.
1330, great to see you. American 49.
2 Walker 584, Boston approach 133.0, good night.
Approach 1330, appreciate it, Walker 584.
Air 173, contact New York Center 125.32.
I had a view out here.
2320.
What's another 100 gonna hurt? So I've got an 8 terabyte, almost full external. I've got another, I think I have another 2 that's getting there. I've got a 1 terabyte internal that's getting there. It's just crazy how fast that goes. How do I know how to fly in the dark? Yeah, it's just push all those buttons, right? One of them has to help us, Kevin.
1000, Syracuse altimeter 2994 for number 5104.
1959er, contact Syracuse approach 127.42, good night.
127.42, good night, 159er.
Right, 168, contact Boston Center 133.45, good night.
Nobody's flying this baby right now.
Right, 168, Boston Center
Yeah, Kevin,
133.45.
one of those buttons and knobs will help us out, won't they?
Boston Center number 5104, just to confirm, it's on 9,000.
Green is good, red is bad. I think somebody taught me that
5104, 11,000.
at one point.
11,000 for number 5104.
Boston Center, JetBlue 2185, 11.6, climbing 14,000. 2185, Boston Center, climb and maintain, final with 280. Fly level 280, JetBlue 2185. Okay, 671, Syracuse approach 127.42, good night.
10.2, Walker 696.
413, descend and maintain 11,000, Syracuse altimeter 2904.
Better pick up that
Descend and maintain 11,000, Syracuse altimeter
frequency here.
2904, JetBlue 413.
Good evening, Boston Center, 476.7,000 feet, 70, Trick Lambs.
1 Delta 584, Boston Center, climb and maintain 16,000.
16,000, Delta 584.
The other one was American
So
476.
tower, I know is going to be on 20.03.
476.
Nope, 20.3. Sorry, 20.3.
Boston Center, 1463, request frequency change.
Do what?
Center, 1463.
Talking to Boston Center?
My apologies, Radar 1463.
413, contact Boston, contact Syracuse approach 127.42. Have a good night. 127.42 for JetBlue 413. Thanks a lot. 5104, turn right heading 360.
27.42 is what I'm hearing him say. That's not the frequency that's listed right now. Okay. Nope. Okay, so that's ready. That's approach. That's tower. That's ground.
Actually, what we're going to do here is I'm just going to give you one quick 360. It's going to get you
And I'm
right
trying
into
to remember
sequence.
how I
Turn
switch
right, turn
over
heading 180. Bring it all the way around to 180.
to COM 2. It's right down here, I think. COM 2. Mic 2. Yep. Okay, so that's how I switch over. to talk to my frequencies on Tom 2. Be all fancy and like a pro and stuff, you know.
1023 contact Boston approach 133.0. Good night.
The go around cam, baby. You got it. It's
1549. Verify you're going to Nelly right now.
right there.
Stand by.
BostonCenter.com 66 on the ground in Providence, looking for clearance to LaGuardia.
It's like trying to rub your
Boston Center 13345.
belly and pat your head at the same time. I can't do it.
3345.com 686, thanks.
Number 19 Delta Lima descend via the J Fund to
Them's my
arrival,
shoes.
right,
Go
right,
round
right,
cam.
88.
Friend Kevin coming in with the high dollar sponsor. That's $1,000
Boston Center located.
dollar treats, man. That's worth it though. Hopefully.
21 Boston Center climb and maintain 15,000.
Skull.
15,000, Carolina 21.
11816 reset transponder squawk 4746 now.
4746 11816. 4746. Bingo. 72 miles out. We're almost there, you guys.
Number 5104.
It's been a pretty fun flight.
270.
Top to bottom, really enjoyed it.
5104.
Might not get a true count tonight. Yeah, you don't think so? You don't think people will drop the
Walker 588 at 7,000.
drop their call sign in the chat there?
6,000 Walker 588.
I could Volanta stock. Gonna end up being an NA.
Jazz 8611, contact Cleveland Center 119.87, 1987, good night.
How about this? Let's see who's inbound here.
Jazz 8611, Cleveland Center 119.87.
Can we recognize anybody? Bonchi, John, JS,
5104, direct Lambs.
Drew, and that's hard. Thought maybe we could come up with a few names we recognize. Hey, there's me. One. Simon, he's one of our guys, right? Two. Ivan, 3.
Extension 918, descend via the J Fund to arrival, runway 4.
Ah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Descend via J Fund 2, request 4 left, extension 19. 918, descend for 4 right. For now, you can make that request with approach and keep the speed up. I'll let you know when it's slow.
United 816. Did he contact me?
Kilo contact Boston approach 13.0.
I don't remember giving him a release to use 816. I don't remember giving him a release.
Number 5104, contact Syracuse approach 127.42. Have a good night. Order 127.42, you did the same, number 5104.
Well,
Boston Center, American 2070 Heavy with you.
I guess at the end of the day, JPC, if
American 2070
you know, it was only 9 or 10 guys, but they enjoyed themselves, what the heck?
American 2070 Heavy.
Did you have fun? That's the other thing. Did you enjoy it? You're the guy that works his tail off, and sometimes I worry you don't just sit back and enjoy the flight, man.
Boston Center, Care 526, 4,900, climbing 10,000.
Holy moly! At 26, that's unsafe. I'm reporting you. That is unsafe. That's too buttery. They had to close the runway and bring the ground crew out to clean the runway off. Mr. Sonate. That's pretty dang awesome. Wow.
Tango Papa Golf, just letting you know we're not going to be unable 280 knots as seats. Best I can do is 260.
Fine, thanks for letting me know.
That's pretty awesome, man. That looks like a fun little plane. It really does. Is it the best jet in Bussy Pants right now? Is it better than the CJ4, that working title CJ4?
Just double checking Syracuse approach 127.42.
I don't even know. Is there another one even out yet?
Extension 918, contact Boston approach 133.0. Have a good night. 133.0, section 19.
I wonder why those biz jets are always the ones that lag behind. It happened in P3D, it happened in X-Plane.
133.0, have a good night. 133.0, I'm sure you're doing a great job.
Interesting.
Hit it.
Track, he's still tracking. Reset the view here. There we go. That's a little better. You enjoying your flight, dude? I hope so. How about you guys? Y'all doing all right back there? Mike, I'm going to ask you a question, a serious question. Oh, whoops. How, like, this time of night seems like an unbelievably magical time to fly. Is this, and I know we've got storms coming and all that
adds
adds to it, but is dusk and dawn, is that like as awesome to fly in real life as it seems like it is in the sim? Ooh, there's the clip. Well.
The 292, maintain 350 knots for spacing.
Here we go, guys. Look at it, look at it, look at that.
213 Bravo, maintain 250 knots for spacing. 250 knots for spacing.
Let me back it up here, guys. Full effect here. He's coming in. Oh, he's super unstable. Up, he's a foot right of the center line. And I don't know, man. Floaty, floaty. Putting, put little crosswind even. See how he put that right wing down? Wow. 1.06 G's. Man, oh man. A little side slip there. Okay. JPC, that's pretty impressive, dude. You are, you can fly, my friend. Hey, 0.34 just came in here. It gets dark after this, though. Yeah, it's gonna get real dark in a hurry. But fortunately for us, we've got only about 55 miles left to go, and we'll be there.
Boston Center, November 11 Bravo request. Bravo, Boston.
Well, isn't that the story, Mike? Isn't that the story of every plane in Microsoft Flight Sim? Like you can plan an extra 150 feet down the runway just automatically. There's good fixins. Yep, yes indeed, sir. The SR22. Welcome. Good to see you. I need to refresh my beverage here.
2140 Boston Center, hello, climb and maintain final 320. 32,000, 24. Mexico 99.
Skull and good Wednesday evening. Brett, thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you're doing good. Nice to see you.
American 476 cleared, direct J fund. Direct J fund, American 476.
What if MSFS has the 2 gravesite stones that are a part of the runway Savannah Hilton Head internet? Really? Huh.
1463, are you back?
Like they're a part of, like they're in the runway? I'd never heard of that, Scott. I'm gonna have to research that. Interesting. Huh. Do they just, like, out of respect, like, incorporate it into the runway, or is it, like, right there? Oh, engraved. Interesting.
New York Center 125.32. Have a good night.
So is that a result of some aviation accident, or is that a result of, like an original cemetery or something that they had to build out into?
1549 New York Center 125.32.
I need my my research team to start digging on that. Ah, interesting. That's pretty cool.
Fly 1 November Boston Center, climb and maintain final
Put the runway over it, huh? That's pretty cool.
221 Tiger Bravo, descend and maintain 1000, Syracuse altimeter 2994. Descend and maintain 1000, 1 Tiger Bravo.
Al South MIA.
292, descend and maintain 1000, Syracuse altimeter 2994.
Nice to see you, man.
1000,
Welcome, buddy. Oh, there we go. Savannah. Okay. Tell you what, JPC is dropping all the good links today. Hope you're well, mi amigo. Good evening, sir.
5 Fox Tango Papa Golf, contact Boston approach 133.0. Have a good night. Approach 33 nothing, Tango Papa Golf, see.
Trying to pay attention. I'm talking to Sheed, and I don't want to miss a radio call. I'm only about 47 miles from Syracuse. We're going to be, we're expecting the ILS runway 28.
27.2, 1 Tango Bravo, see it.
Why in the heck did my bot flag that, Shusey? Can't get away from me. That was weird. There's another link. Okay, cool. I can't wait to read these when we're done. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. That's really awesome. The Dotson family. Dotson Family Cemetery.
Send via J Fund 2 for right 2988.
That's really cool. So, I know a little bit about grave digging. It's a little known fact. That was my part-time job when I was growing up. I helped my grandpa. He was the cemetery guy, and whenever somebody passed away and they needed a spot prepared, he was the guy that had the backhoe, and he went, and I went with him. So I know a little bit about that, and I know a little bit about building roads, and I can guarantee you with almost every
292 to contact Syracuse approach 127.42. Good night.
like I would be all in on the fact that that runway is built down low enough that they did have to move those they had to move those graves. There's
For 11816 contact Syracuse approach 126.1 to 2612. Good night.
2612 November 816. See ya.
921 descend to maintain 1000 Albany altimeter 2989er.
All right, here we go. Syracuse approach. Hello, Cirrus 11816 at 6000.
November 11816 Syracuse approach. Good evening. Syracuse altimeter 2994. Expect the ILS runway 28 approach tonight.
2994 and ILS 28. Cirrus 816.
And Cirrus 816 information Echo is now currently altimeter 2994.
We'll go get Echo, Cirrus 816. You're watching 3 channels at the same time. Al South, that's exactly how I do it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that I'm one of them, man. And rock on, buddy. Rock on. Ooh. Scott's sharing some good stuff here as well. So anyway, back to the whole grave site thing. Like most cemeteries are built on that 6-foot principle. Like that's as deep as you go. But many original places, like it wasn't that deep. Like they were 3 foot deep. And some places, because of groundwater, they can't go that deep as well. I don't know about Savannah Hilton Head, but I'm guessing it's not more than 6 feet deep. Now, shift gears, and you're building the runway, which is extremely, like it takes a lot of dirt work to make sure that that's right. I would not be surprised if they didn't go down that far to make sure that the runway was as it should be. I don't know the like what it takes to make a runway legal or whatever, but if they did in fact leave the caskets there, then it would have taken a significant amount of work to make sure like like a take out, do the dirt work, put them back in, seal them up type of thing. But regardless, that's pretty dang cool. And I would, that would be an awesome place to have your casket. Except, can your family go visit? I don't think they can they? They can't come and lay flowers on your grave during Memorial Day and stuff like that. But if you're an aviation nerd like me, man, what a better way to I don't know, what a better spot to be. I don't know. Multi-twitch it. Yeah, Fixie. It's been a long time since I pulled the multi-twitch up. That's kind of fun. It's like having it's like a sports bar for aviation. You just have like all kinds of windows open. It's cool. Yeah, Scott, I'm thinking probably there was a little of this involved, right? Like, we'll fund your we'll fund that extra 1,000-foot of runway if you take care of Mammy and Pappy. I don't know. I'm looking forward to reading the story. I think it's super interesting. Very, very unique. You're gonna get one of those El Gato switches. That's Spanish for the cat, by the way. Oh, my Al South, am I? No, you knew that though. I used to have a black cat, and he thought his name was El Gato Negro, because that's all I would call him. And that, again, speaks to the pathetic, limited amount of Spanish I actually know.
Southwest 1032, Syracuse departure with me.
2 years. Not 1, but 2 years of high school Spanish. And, like, I can say little things like that. That's it. Al South. I've known Al South now for, I think, 3 years or maybe longer. He's tried to teach you Spanish. I'm a lost cause. Yeah, I like the Elgato camera, man. It's nice. That's what I'm using right here. That's my new webcam. The only thing I don't really, I was hoping it had a little bit more of depth of field control built in, and there may be one model that does, but the model that I got does not. So you have to actually have an extra additional camera controller plug-in, and yeah, I wasn't looking at doing that. So the years, 3 years, I am a bad learner of the Spanish language. Muy no bueno. Un poquito español. Poquito. Uno más cerveza, por favor. Yeah, like that's it. I'm a terrible student. I really am. Teachers make the worst students. Alright, well, we're getting close, you guys. We're 27 and a half. I should be starting to see some lights here at some point. Al South, I can't wait till you start flying again, man. I can't. That's the thing I'm most excited about for X-Plane 12. It's not the upgraded sim, it's the fact that you will be back in the sim, and you and I can fly, my friend, because it has been too long. Too long.
Sorry, Southwest 1032. Turn left, proceed direct.
Schaman kann wir Deutsch sprechen? No sprechen Sie Deutsch. No sprechen Sie Deutsch. I can say things like Guten Abend, mein Schatz. Guten Abend, mein Mutter. Mutter. That's about it. I've been trying to learn Norwegian. Fixie does. All right. Yeah. Hey. Malo pequeño, chiquito, poquito español. I think that means that what he's saying is that I really don't speak even a little bit of Spanish. Like I think I do.
Southwest 1032.
Oh man. I see Syracuse, and I'm guessing we're kind of I think we're going to get a little bit of a vector northbound here, kind of be put on almost like a left-hand base here. And
Syracuse departure, November 22 Alpha Tango.
Yeah.
1.
Looking forward to this.
For 3,500.
I need to pull up my chart here. When we get on the ground, we will be looking for the fanciest of FBOs, as always. Oh man, we have to go all the way down to the end of 28.
22 Alpha Tango, Syracuse departure, hello, your radar contact.
All the way down.
Gator 534,
Probably
contact Syracuse
exit
approach. Departure
Zulu
is
or
around
Victor.
127.42.
We might be down on whiskey. Anyway, all the way down here to the FBO.
127.42, Gator 534.
It's one of the. Oh wait, holy moly! What did I just do?
Left heading 10.
Just grabbed the wrong window there. What the what?
November 22 Alpha Tango, refresh my memory. Which direction is the New York 20 airport?
It's going to be to the east.
November 22 Alpha
Let's
Tango.
put that back.
Thanks. You can turn left and proceed on course. Resume mode navigation. Resume appropriate VFR altitude at your discretion.
Navigation and altitude, my discretion. 22 Alpha Tango.
Alvin spricht keen Deutsch. Keen. That means just a little bit, because it certainly doesn't mean good German. Now I'm a little north of that. I'm a little bit Norwegian and Swedish. Kind of more of that type of stuff is my
November
homeland.
118116. Descend and maintain 5,000.
5,000, 11816.
Blue 413, Syracuse approach is on 134.27.
34.2.
Vertical speed. Let's head down at 1,000 a minute, and we'll go ahead and pull the power back a little bit here, guys. We don't need to
November
get
1
crazy.
Delta Sierra, Syracuse departure.
I am also going to. No, I'm going to stay right here in. No, you know what? I'm going to go to heading mode.
Number 816, let's do this. Turn left 20. Turn 20 degrees left, slight delay measures for sequencing.
All right, 20 left, 11816.
Number 1 Delta Sierra, Syracuse departure.
Here we go. That will allow me to do this here. Procedure. Activate the vectors to final, even though it's a delay vector. Okay, is it putting in the, I need to check here. There's some traffic coming in. Okay, very nice, very nice. ILS 28.
November 1 Delta Sierra, Syracuse departure, hello.
1099 is what I should be having. That's now active. Very good. I need to set my course to 280.
Number 1
Oh,
Delta.
it's already set for me. Okay, we're there. We're ready. We're locked and loaded. Kevin, now you're just embarrassing me.
November 22 Alpha Tango.
For those of you that don't know what he just said in German, it basically just says I'm the most incredibly good-looking sim pilot on Twitch currently, which it's just embarrassing. Tim, it's embarrassing.
Number 22 Alpha Tango. Traffic 11 o'clock. Oh, you're turning now. Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry, the best-looking English pilot. I'm pretty sure.
2 Alpha Tango currently has 5 traffic in sight.
Number 2 Alpha Tango. Thank you. November 1 Delta Sierra. You with me now, sir?
You're right, Fixie, man. Those guys, Coffee Calla, or
Number 1 Delta
Coffee
Sierra,
Calla,
Syracuse
I think he's a German streamer, man. He gets going. It's pretty
Number
impressive.
1 Delta Sierra. What is your altitude, sir?
We're at 7,500, November 1, Delta Sierra.
Number 1 Delta Sierra, thanks. Your radar contact.
All right,
Take
let's,
10,000. Proceed direct lambs for future reference.
let's use
If you're not getting a hold of your
Tracky.
Syracuse departure, you gotta fly runway ahead until you get someone.
November 1, Delta Sierra, fly hang lands at 10,000.
Syracuse approach Delta 1552, level 1000.
Delta 1552, Syracuse approach. Hello, Echo is current. Expect the
Looks
Alice
like somebody is, maybe they're bringing them around the north side there. So they might wrap us around here,
Yep, that works for me. Thank you.
the west side of the airport, and then you can see that traffic. And there's actually another guy blinking up there.
Number 1, Delta Sierra, Boston Center's on 123.75. Good night.
Anybody out here for us? That could potentially be a guy on
Number
final.
1, Delta Sierra, Boston Center, 123.75. Good night.
There's our runway.
Number 1, Delta Sierra, contact
There's
Boston
our airport.
Center. Have a good day.
There's a lake.
Number 816, turn. It's going to be a big right turn. Turn right heading 100.
Right turn 100, Cirrus 816. All right. Zoom in so I get this right. 100. Yep, bringing us back now on basically the left-hand downwind. To let's zoom in a little bit here so you can see what's going on. There we are. That's where we're coming. We're going to be heading back out this way here, left-hand downwind. Sweet, that'll work. Have I tried Pilot Frank? I have a hard time following him. No, you know,
November 816, Syracuse approach is on 134.27. Good night.
3427. Good night, 11816.
Syracuse departure, delayed 1414,
427.
passing through 3100 for 4000.
I don't have any way of following anybody that's not primarily English speaking. I can pick up bits and pieces, but it's pretty rough. Better add some speed back in here, some throttle. Excuse me. JPC, good night. Love you, bro. Take care. We'll see you next time.
33 heavy turn right turn heading 360, maintain 210 knots.
Right turn 360, maintain 210 knots, FedEx 33.
1419, set to maintain 4,000.
Descend maintain 4000, Walker 1480. Syracuse approach, Delta Syracuse 8 east of Stoda, 6170,
I have a little bit of a line here.
Syracuse approach,
Oops.
Stoda or above 3,000, cleared ILS.
Could be 3 guys coming in here. I don't know if you see that, but that could be what they're trying to work us in. Potentially, there's another guy there coming.
1419, maintain 180 knots.
This could be interesting. It's cool and interesting at the same time. Approach Cirrus 11816 at 5,000. Hello.
11816, Syracuse approach, roger.
Yeah,
There's 33 heavy container.
kind of
turn heading
got a
070,
sense that we're going to be
maintain 6,000.
maybe
maintain 6000, FedEx 33.
be going out a ways here, and that's okay. Yeah, there's a guy on final. With these events, that's kind of what happens, and you just have to be prepared for that. How are we doing fuel wise? Now it's time to flip back over here. Right hand tank is higher than the left.
1 Tango Bravo.
I still have the boost pump on.
120.3, maintain 170 knots and close.
Embarrassing.
170 towards MB, contact.
All right, descent checklist. I've got the altimeter set. I've got the cabin heat set. I never really did turn the landing and strobe lights off because I never got over 10,000. Fuel system I just checked. The mixture is set. You know what? Let's
Turn heading 090.
yeah, we're pretty much working. Oh, jeez. Sorry for tapping the
1503 to 17, 4,000.
microphone there.
4000, 1503.
Oh, there's Slanty.
413, maintain 180 knots or greater until Zimby contact Syracuse Tower 120.3.
180 or greater to Zimby, over to Tower 120.3, jump on 413.
1419, turn right heading 250, intercept runway 28, localizer.
Yep. I thought here is we've got those 2 guys. We're going to be probably vectored in behind them. And so we're going to be quite a ways east of the airport. But yeah, say not a big deal. Localizer is alive and the glide slope is alive, so that's cool.
260 Walker, point 280.
So, all right. To this day, the couple remains underneath the tarmac after their great-grandchildren negotiated with the federal government to have their graves remain in place when the runway expansion project required construction in the area where they were buried. I'll be darned. Okay. Well, Scott, I will not doubt your internet research.
Left heading 360.
Left turn 360, 816. It's ironic. How many times, Slanty? How many times?
Maintain 180, actually 210 knots.
210 out of 1503.
292, maintain 170 knots or less until Zimby contacts Syracuse Tower 120.3.
170 left, so Zimby, then over the tower.
1503, maintain 180, actually 210.
I'm pulling up Slanty's audio because it's uncanny the number of times.
I was going to offer him the 5 bucks.
Anyway, I'll tell you more about that here. So he and I have, we've done a fair share of flying together, and doing that fly to 2 thing and all that good stuff. But we probably have had 6 or 7 flights where we have been departing completely different airfields at completely different times and completely different planes, and we end up 1 and 2. One of us is right ahead of the other, and I think that's what's going to happen again today. That is just insane. Absolutely insane. I love it. It's so cool. I love flight sim. Awesome. Okay.
11816, turn left heading 270. Brief delay vectors. I've got faster jet traffic ahead of you.
Left turn 270, and there's $5 if you get us ahead of 514-816.
8 minutes for me out of 1503.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be on $5 today. You're going to be in before.
270, November 11816.
1816, traffic 1 o'clock and 2 miles, say westbound. Mayflower traffic at 3,500, type unknown.
We've got the traffic in sight, 11816. It's got to be that guy right there.
1419, maintain 170 knots or greater until Zimby contacts Syracuse Tower 120.3.
170 knots or greater until Zimby contact tower, Walker, point 218.
Oh, maybe it's that guy.
3 turn right heading 2.
No, it's got to be that guy.
28 localizer.
25028 localizer at 1503.
Dang it. 1503 beats us again.
25, maintain 180 knots.
180 knots, JetBlue 45.
1503, 5 miles from Stoda, maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, cleared high west runway 28 approach, maintain 180 knots.
180 on speed, clear 4,000 until established.
There he is.
Looking at a 1503.
Parallel approaches, baby. Parallel approaches, Slanty. I'm telling you, man. Brief delay vector.
Alright, guys, keep those predictions coming.
Syracuse Bush, Delta 15, to the edge of, at 5,000, 100, heading on the 210.
Active.
1552, Syracuse Virgin.
3,000 is the missed approach.
11816, descend and maintain 3,000.
3000, November 11816.
1419, contact Syracuse Tower 120.3. 170 knots until Zimby. Contact Syracuse Tower 120.3. Have a good night.
170 till Zimby over to tower, JetBlue 845.
He may be able to sneak us in here because we're going slow enough.
80080 is 6,000 direct Stoda and slowing it to 10 knots.
80080 Syracuse approach, cross Stoda at or above 3,000, clear now, let's right 28 approach.
Cross Stoda at or above 3,000, clear now, that's 28 approach, November 80080.
We're below, or we're above the glide slope now.
1816, turn right heading 070.
Right turn 070, November 11816. Yeah, gonna kind of buzz us back over.
For 080, maintain 180 knots.
Slow to 180 knots, 080.
Alright,
33 heavy, turn
back
right
in
heading
line.
170.
That's okay, back in line. We'll get a front row seat to watch Slant Alpha, though, land.
11816, traffic on the rollout will be 1 o'clock and 5 miles, a westbound 737 at 4,000, advise inside.
Looking for the traffic, 11816.
11816, additional traffic at your 11 o'clock, 5 miles,
Ah, jeez.
A320 at 2,000.
Looking for that traffic as well, 816. We have the 1 o'clock traffic inside, 816.
16, follow that 737 traffic, clear visual approach, runway 28.
Follow the traffic, clear for the visual approach, runway 28, 11816. Okay, that's that guy.
11816, caution wave turbulence, if you can keep it as tight as you can on that 737, that'd be appreciated.
We'll try to keep it tight on the 73, 11816. Alright, here we go. Coming for you, Slanty. Coming for you.
1503, maintain 180 knots or a crater
Okay,
until Zimby.
autopilot is
Syracuse
off.
Tower 120.3.
We're cutting the corner here.
Zimby and tower 123, United 1503, we'll see it.
And again, he's going to pass in front of us here. We've got no chance of intercepting him here, so we're going to fly. Basically, we're kind of on the left-hand base turn, I guess, right now.
33, descend maintain 4,000.
4,000, Physics 33.
1552, turn
And we
left
want to
heading
be
060.
close to him, but we don't want to get caught in his wake turb, so we're trying to find the best of both worlds here.
150 knots until Zimby.
Slow to 150 till Zimby, 080.
We are below the glide slope, so I think we're doing about as good as we can as far as following him visually, because there is a guy or two, I can't probably see him, but behind us, I'm sure they're trying to sequence us in, so we're going to do the best we can to keep speed up as well here. I'm having a hard time getting my rank IR in the right spot here.
11816, thanks for the help, contact Syracuse Tower 120.3, good night.
Over to tower, 11816, see it.
33 heavy, turn right direct to Stoda.
Right direct to Stoda, Physics 33.
What the? Come on, baby. Don't freaking do this to me. Alright, 20, 30. For some reason, my comms aren't switching over. Alright, here we go. Hey, hello. Our Sirius 11816, number 2 for runway 28.
Number 11816, Syracuse Tower, caution wave turbulence behind us 737, wind 2403, runway 28, clear to land number 2.
28 clear to land number 2, Sirius 11816. Alright, we're really high now on the glide slope, so we're going to try to chop and drop a little bit here. Go ahead and go
Turn, counter ground 121.
to the gumps check.
Right over to ground, JetBlue 45.
Alright, gas is on, the fullest tank, undercarriage is welded, extra full, rich, no props.
Ozark 710.
Switches are on.
Go ahead and clear for takeoff, Ozark 710.
TV-8, Cruiser Bravo Sierra, Syracuse Tower.
Here we go.
Wind 2403, runway 28, clear to land.
Land runway 28, number 3, November 80080.
And again, we're trying to keep our speed up just a little bit here, guys. Normally we'd be trying to get ourselves down here. Our approach speed is normally 90 knots in this plane. Try to ref at about 77, but I know know what we have behind us here, and he's going to be doing 180 to 5 DME. So it would behoove us to try to help out a little bit here. All right, there we go. That's all set, good. And this plane, we can get it slowed down pretty quickly. We're going to just do a zero flaps approach and landing. We've got a really nice long runway here, so we don't have to worry about crawling it in like we normally would, but just be prepared. It's maybe going to be a little bit clunkier landing than normal.
Ozark 710, contact departure, good day.
Sure, Ozark 710, see you.
All right. We'll start to pull back power now. We're a little bit low on the glide here. Should be on the trim wheel instead of the electric trim. This plane handles the trim wheel really well. There comes the glide slope. Okay, I like the localizer now. Speed's coming down nicely. Again, we're looking for 77. Oops, getting shoved around a little bit here. Oh, just like that, we got low. Some power back in here. Oh boy.
1503 off Whiskey, short of Alpha.
Yeah, if nothing else, I hope we put a little pressure on him. We got low.
1503, contact ground point 7.
We got low. Look at the conga line waiting over there off to the right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, it'll be a little quicker than 77 with no flaps here, but that's okay. Round out. All right, we're down. Not the cleanest in the world, but our goal is to catch the first taxiway if we can. Here it is. Sirius 816, we're clear at 28. Oh, that was choppy. Ground point 7, Sirius 816.
Syracuse Tower, good evening. FedEx 33 with you on the LS runway 28.
FedEx 33, heavy Syracuse Tower, number 2, wind 280 at 4, runway 28, close line. Right.
All right, let me pull up my taxi chart here.
71, request cross runway 28.
Oh, holy cow.
Grounded on 1503 is off Whiskey, short of Alpha, going to gate 21.
Ground.com 720, second track, contact. Gate on the north side, Delta short of Mike, ready for taxi with Echo. Haywood 84, runway 28, taxi via Mike Alpha, departure 33.
280 Mike Alpha,